What's going on, family? It's your guy, Derek P. Wells. And first, I want to let you know how grateful we are that you participated in Ignite Your Dream 2023. I trust that you have been actively working with the lessons and that you are seeing the fruit of your labor. Many of you asked if we would be releasing the conference, and of course the answer is yes. All I ask is that you enjoy it, put it to work, and share it with somebody else. And for those of you interested in our upcoming programs, we've got something special. It's called the 7 Keys to Unlock Your Potential. And again, I only have one ask, and that ask is that you will share the link with your network so that they can be blessed as you're being blessed. Again, we appreciate your time and commitment to becoming the very best version of your amazing self. Now, enjoy. Peace and blessings.
Hello out there, Christ Universal family, friends, and shout out to the CUT Collective. I am here to remind you that you are responsible for igniting your dream. And today we're going to work with your dream in so many different ways. I'm going to talk to you about love, loving your dream. My title is Let Love Take Over. Let love take over. But first, I want to let you know who you are. I like to do a little identity check so that we can all be coming from the same space. I want you to know that you are made in the image, likeness of God. Your origin story is that you are a spiritual being. And let me tell you, spiritual beings, you are endowed, you are equipped with all the qualities of God. You are good through and through. There's nothing wrong with you. Everything is right about you. I'm giving you who you really are. That's your origin story. And you weren't just created to roam and do nothing. You were created on purpose for a purpose. You're here to release all that divine splendor into the world. That's what your dreams are. They are avenues of expressing the desires of your heart, which are there because God gave them to you. You didn't just get equipped for nothing. You got equipped to be purposeful. And so your dreams are important. Your dreams fulfilled bring harmony to the universe. When we're trying to look at why there's chaos and confusion in the world, many times it is because we are not bringing the harmony. I say many times, all the time, it's because we're not bringing the love. We're not bringing our gifts into expression. And so we are responsible for one another in this way. And so I want you to get ready, take out your journals. If you're using your phone, get ready to take some notes because this is an interactive experience. And I'm going to ask you this first question. I want you to really think about it and maybe jot down the answer for yourself. How much time do you spend thinking about your dream? Think about that. How much time do you spend? We set intentions here as we come into this workshop experience. How much time do you spend thinking about your dream? And think about this. There are other things going on in your life, I'm sure. How much time do you spend thinking on them? How much time are you worrying about other things in your experience? How much time do you spend worried about things going on in the world? And if you were to add up the time, how much you spend thinking about your dream and how much time you spend thinking about other things going on in the world, which one would get more weight? You see, when we are igniting our dream and we are recognizing that love is required in order for your dream to come into expression, I want to talk to you today about how to rev up that love. And there's one single word you're going to hear me speak a lot about today, and that is concentration. Concentration. I would wager that many of us are not concentrating on the good desire of our heart. We're not concentrating on our dream. And when we do think about our dream, most often we're thinking about what we don't have about it. We may be thinking about how it feels far away. But I'm going to work with you through a process today about where you concentrate on your desire, and then there's something that's going to happen when you do that concentration. I'll share that in a moment. But concentration is a process of stilling the unruly or irrelevant thoughts so that your mind may give all of its attention to the one thing desired. That's concentration. It's fixing your mind and your attention on one thing. Okay? So when I'm saying concentrate on your dream, I'm talking about put all of your attention on your dream. And what happens though is that our minds are undisciplined. Maybe I should say sometimes my mind can be undisciplined, where I start off, I'm going to really focus on this, and then something catches my attention. Maybe I'm checking my Instagram, or I'm looking online, some article comes up and pops up as an alert. And then my attention goes to that. But concentration is a process. We're going to build, and I'm going to give you a workout to work out your mental capacity to concentrate. So your life reflects what you concentrate on. This is why it's so important. Your life reflects what you concentrate on. If you think about your physical body, if you are concentrating on health and wellness, your body will reflect that level of concentration. Somebody say, ouch. If you are not focused on health and wellness, if you don't concentrate on it, your body will reflect that level of attention that you give to yourself. And so I want you to understand the power of concentration, that the life you are living, the quality of your experience is determined by what you have concentrated on in the past. So what you're experiencing in your life right now is the fruit of your concentration. Let that seep in for a second. Because this isn't here. I'm not here to beat you up. This is a reality check. So I started off by letting you know who you really are. Now I want you to wake up to the experiences that you're having. That the experiences you're having are what you focused on, what you've been concentrating on up until this point. And the life beyond this moment, what you live beyond this moment, is the quality of your life experience is going to reflect what you concentrate on right now. And so that's the good news, is that whatever you had going on before, now you are awakened to this idea that I can concentrate my attention on the dream, the desire of my heart, and that will become my experience. See, there's a law in play here, as within, so without. Many times we want to reap, but we haven't sown, we haven't given attention, we haven't concentrated on the thing that we want to reap the benefit of. So let's wake up from that. Your thinking about your dream may be scattered. And I think about it like scattered energy, like, you kind of got a lot of things going on. Anybody have a lot of things going on? And so you're giving a little bit of attention here, a little bit of attention there, but you're wondering why your results aren't grander, why things aren't moving faster for you. But your scattered attention is like a leaf blowing in the wind. And that leaf if the wind were just to blow one way, it would reach some sort of an end, but we're just like leaves blowing in the wind with our attention. It's all over the place, and we're just swirling around, not experiencing the true desire of our hearts. And so this is what I want you to know, that when your focus is all over the place, your dreams can't accumulate the energy that they need in order to become magnetic. So I said, let love take over, and I'm talking about concentration. So what does this all have to do with love? So that magnetic energy, that when you begin to concentrate on something and it comes into experience, there's an energy that's involved there, and that is the energy of love. Love is not just an emotion. Many of us forget that love is really an idea in the mind of God, and it is the idea in the mind of God of unity. And so that still feels like a good feeling, right? To feel at one with one another. But think about what unity is. Right? This idea of everything coming together, it's a force that brings harmony. It's a force that is binding. It's a force that is attracting. Love is this powerful energy that brings things together. Okay? So hold on to this idea that it's not an emotion, that it is a power, a force that brings things together. It is a magnet. So what we want to do with our concentration is we want to use this power of love so that the idea, our desire, will become magnetic to it. We're magnetic to it, and it is magnetized. And you know what happens when something is magnetized, right? Things are drawn to it. So many times the reason that we are waiting in a holding pattern is that we haven't allowed enough energy to accumulate for the desire of our heart to become magnetic. You've heard us say before that all things work together for good, right? Everything is working together. Everything is working together. And that is absolutely true. It's working together for what you have named good, what you have concentrated your attention and your energy on. Concentration generates this energy of love. Concentration generates, it is essential for love to become active, for the idea, for your desire to be magnetic. Love is essential for it. And so take a second to think about this in your experience. Think about when you've been in love, right? You just, the person has all your energy, all of your attention, you're just wrapped up in it. It's a lovely feeling. It's overwhelming sometimes how hard it is to focus on anything else except for the object of your affection. So when we begin to concentrate, we start to fall in love with our dream. Fall in love with your dream. It becomes magnetic when you do that. And so in order to do this, in order to get this up, because sometimes our dreams are really still in our head, right? It's something that we've been thinking about and we want to do. But this is how we bring all the power and presence of God into the experience, right? We want to magnetize it. We want to infuse it with love. You got to fall in love with your idea. And so I'm gonna give you a story that I think illustrates this in a very interesting way. So in the Hebrew scriptures, Genesis 32, verses 24 through 28, we get the story of Jacob wrestling with God or with a man. It just depends on which translation you read. And so I'll read. Then Jacob was alone, and the man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. Now when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaks." And that was the man saying that. "Let me go, for the day breaks." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to Jacob, "What is your name?" He said, "Jacob." And the man said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men and have prevailed." So one of the things that you probably have seen in your experience is that when somebody's name changes, something significant happened, right? So if there is a marriage, and that's a significant event, and sometimes, most times, a name changes. In Latin cultures, both names change. They combine the two last names together. And so there is a change to symbolize, and it really does, it is truly a change in it. If you've ever had children before, when your name changes to mother or your name changes to father, right? That is a significant event that changes you at your core. Something big has happened. And so when we look at scripture and we look at it metaphysically, we look at it and go deeper than what's on the surface, we know that Jacob's name changing to Israel is significant. And it happened after he wrestled with this man or with God. And bigger than that, it happened after he said, "I won't let this go until it blesses me." I hope you're hearing the power of concentration in this story. Because it is in that moment of him wrestling with this man, this is where all of his energy was, right? And because of that level of concentration and intention, meaning that I'm not going to stop doing this thing, I'm not going to stop working with this thing until it blesses me. Now, if we look at that story and we thought of the man as your desire, that Jacob, in essence, was wrestling with the idea of the desire of his heart, the object of his affection, what was burning inside of him, wanting to be released into the world, what will make his soul sing, what will make him happy and joyous and prosperous. As he was working with this, wrestling with this idea, there was a thought in his mind to stop, take a break. And what Jacob said is, "I won't let this go until it blesses me." So this is the level of concentration that we want to rise up to. That I'm not gonna put my dream on hold anymore. I'm going to wrestle with it. I'm going to keep working with it until it blesses me, until it comes into expression. Are you feeling me? Emmett Fox calls this idea the mental equivalent, developing the mental equivalent. He says that you build a mental equivalent. You build in the mental equivalent by thinking quietly, constantly, and persistently of the kind of thing you want. And by thinking, your thinking has two qualities. He says it is clearness or definiteness and interest. And so we are working with this idea of love, the idea of love, this power that makes your dream magnetic. That when we begin to work and concentrate, we're essentially building up love energy. We're making our dream magnetic so that it draws to it all the resources that it requires. It draws to it all the ideas you need in order to bring it into expression. It draws to it. Are you hearing that? I didn't say you have to go out and beat the pavement and hustle. Now, you do have to put in some effort. But sometimes we're putting in the kind of energy that desperate, I got to make it happen by the sweat of my brow. When really what we want to do is concentrate on the idea, infuse it with love, and then love draws to it, right? It draws to the idea all that's required to bring it into expression. And so I start to get new ideas. Maybe one door closes, maybe two doors closes, maybe 10 doors close. But I get an idea to go to the window. I get an idea to break through the floor. I get an idea to keep working with this thing because it will bless me. And so as we move through, and I'm coming to a close here, as we move through looking at this concentration, how do I concentrate? Because concentration is like bodybuilding, right? You got to do reps. And so sometimes you can only focus for a short amount of time. I'm going to give you 5 ways to move forward with this. 5 ways to move forward. There's 5 steps to concentration. The first thing is to write it down. You need to get picture perfect clear about your desire. Emmett Fox said it had to be that it had to have clearness and definiteness. You got to know what it is what is your dream. If your dream was on a shelf of all the dreams that there are, would you know it right away? Would you be able to say, that is mine? Or would you be distracted by everybody else's dream that's on the shelf? Do you know your dream better than you know your name? You have to be that clear. And then we're getting interested in it. So writing it down helps to do that. It helps you to see, what is it that I desire? Now, this is in step 2, but it is part of step 1, is that after you write it down, look at it. Is it clear? Did you go to the restaurant of dreams and say, I'm hungry, I want some food? Or did you go in there and you know exactly what you want ordered? I've told the story before of years ago when I was a teenager, and I would go to Burger King, and Burger King was have it your way. That was their slogan at that time. I think I killed that slogan. But I would go in there and I would ask for, their fish sandwiches were called the Whaler. I would say, I want a Whaler with cheese, extra tartar, piping hot, cut in half. Now, if my sandwich wasn't hot, if it was no cheese on it, if it was no tartar, if it wasn't cut in half, then I knew that wasn't the sandwich I ordered. You can have it your way. Is your desire clear to you? You want to get as clear, because clarity comes when you get interested in it. So what is that I want to experience really and wholly? So the second step is to read what you wrote over and over again. Memorize it. Let it become fixed in your mind. And so if someone were to ask you what it is that you desire, what's the greatest desire of your heart? What do you want to bring into expression right now? That you could say it with clarity, and it would be, and I could even see it. I could see your desire because you got so clear about it. Can you see my Whaler sandwich? Can you see the sandwich cut in half, piping hot with extra tartar and cheese? I want to see your dream that clearly. The third step is to feel it. So involve yourself in it. With interest, get into the feeling space of it. What would it feel like to experience this? Would I be excited about it? Will my dream bring me peace? Will my dream make me feel strong? Like, what would you feel if your dream were realized? For those of you who have dreams related to health and wellness, what would your body feel like if you were at the space where your dream was in expression? If relationships are part of your desire, what would it feel like to be in partnership and companionship with the love of your life? Get into the feeling space. What would it feel like at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday? Get into that feeling space of it. That's your step 3. The 4th is to engage your imagination. So this is where you get creative. You go live in your dream. And so there's some creative visualization techniques are really just to close your eyes and begin to experience your dream. Just go into it. Like it's an episode of a TV show. Go into the dream and just begin to see it. What's being said around it? What's being said about it? What are you saying? Who's around you? It's high-level visualization here. And then lastly is to write what you feel. So we started off writing the idea. Then you're going to write down, what did I feel as I experienced the dream in my imagination? Remember that I said that concentration creates the magnetism. It begins to activate that energy, that love that draws to your dream all that's required. These 5 steps will start to rev up that energy. And so if you are working with us, if you're watching this and you're a part of the Ignite Your Dream conference, we're going to have a conversation about this later. But if not, make sure that you get in your leave behind materials the mind treatment for Let Love Take Over, because that is really going to help you get into the mindset of letting this power, this energy, love, draw to your dream all that's required. And you're responsible for it. You're the one that sets the flame, that sets the fire. Igniting your dream with the power of love is your responsibility. And spiritual beings, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. You have all the power and presence of God in you to accomplish whatever you've said yes to. Let love take over your dream. Concentrate. Put energy on it. Get interested. Speak it out loud. Write it down. Follow this process. And I guarantee you that you'll be stepping in your dream with joy and power and peace, looking good, feeling good, ready to say, thank you, God. My name has been changed. I am now come here to do what you said to do, to bring my dream to life. And I'm living it, and I'm feeling it, and it is blessing everyone. God bless you today. I love you today, and I appreciate you. I'm so grateful that you are decided right now to let your dream come into expression. We need your dream. We need it for the harmony, the peace, the prosperity of the entire world. Go do it. Get to it.
I hope you enjoyed that presenter. And as I imagine you already know, the Ignite Your Dream Conference is just the beginning. We are launching our online community, and we know it as the CUT Collective. You can join the collective from anywhere around the world. And in addition to the dynamic lesson sermons you get each and every Sunday morning, you'll be able to get content that's created especially for you. And the next amazing offer we've got coming is our 7 keys to unlock your potential. And that series begins real soon. So sign up for the collective today and tell at least 5 friends. When you come to the collective, you get to come as you are, but I promise you, you won't stay as you are. There's no cost to join, and so it's easy to become a part. Let's go. Let's make great things happen.